Hey everyone, Doubly here, back for a new playthrough. This time we'll be taking on Baldur's Gate 3, which I am quite excited for actually. I don't have a big history with CRPGs. In fact, I don't think I've ever played a true CRPG per se. The closest I've gotten to playing anything CRPG related is pretty much, so I pretty much played every BioWare game, well, almost every BioWare game, starting from like KOTOR. So I played KOTOR, like the Dragon Age series, the Mass Effect series, and those all have kind of like, they all started from the, you know, bones, like the essence of a CRPG, right? Because BioWare did do the first two Baldur Gates games. But yeah, I never actually played a real, like, legitimate CRPG, I think. So I've always wanted to try, and when Baldur's Gate 3 got announced, I was like, okay, maybe I'll actually try this one out. So yeah, I picked this up, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I also don't have a huge like background in D&D. The closest I've gotten to D&D is the Dragonlance series. Now, whether or not that's like super mainstream and not like, you know, D&D is a different story, I suppose. and I mean, like, I don't think it really matters because it is based on D&D, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if the setting and module came after the novels or if it came before, but I do know that there are Dragonlance modules for D&D. I don't know if they have any for anything after whenever the novels were made or published, but yeah, I loved the Dragonlance series. Loved reading about, you know, Tanis, Caramon, Raistlin, Tiki. I think that's her name, Tiki. Sturm. I might be mistaking Caramon's wife's name for character in Fire Emblem, but they both start with T. And then, yeah, like the first Dragonlance book I read was, I think it was Dragons of the something Summer. That's like after the adventures of like the main cast. But that's what got me into it, and I went and read everything that came before after that. So yeah, regardless, I that's what got me into that setting and fantasy, you know, stuff. So pretty excited to play this. I heard Explorer is pretty easy and Tactician is only for people who like know the systems. So we'll go balanced. I feel like balanced is going to be good for me, for my knowledge of D&D. Which is like basically nothing. But yeah. Do you know that's a mind flare? Don't know if that's a good thing that we started here. What is that? Oh, that can't be good. Close your eyes. Oh, oh God. Ugh. Oh, not us, please. Oh, Mr. Mind Flayer, please no. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, I hate that. I really don't like that kind of stuff.
Who are you?
All right, who am I? Well, let's see here. So these guys, I did a little bit of watching like trailers and stuff like that, a little bit of reading, and as far as I can tell, these guys are your companions that you'll meet in the story. And you can also choose to play as them if you don't want to make your own custom character. The Dark Urge is a different character background. It's a custom character with a custom background, preset background. So you can also choose that or just create your own. It doesn't matter. But let's take a look at what our companions are like. So we have Asterion here. He's a high elf rogue. Seems pretty cool.
Hello, darling. Don't be shy. I promise not to bite until we've been formally introduced. My name's Astarion, and I've spent a century stalking the night, hunting for pretty morsels just like you. A man called Cazador made me what I am, kept me like a pet, forced me to do his bidding. No more. The Tadpole's influence broke his dominance over me, and now I can finally pursue the one thing I've hungered for these long, dark years. Revenge. I'm going back to Baldur's Gate to track Cazador down in his lair. I'll be the last thing the bastard ever sees.
Okay. Well, he seems cool. Let's take a look at his beautiful mug. Oh, seems like I can't turn him around. Ah, well. Alright, and then we have Lae'zel, a Githyanki fighter. Githyanki?
Since I was born in the cold reaches of world space, I have known but one purpose: to wield a silver sword and ride a red dragon in service of my regent, the Githyanki Queen Vlaakith. My first step on this path is to slay a mind flayer and bring its head to my queen. There is no flesh I will not carve, and no barrier I will not shatter to see it done. I am the one who sunders. I am the Undying Queen's most unshakable warrior. I am Lae'zel of Kalir.
Okay. You seem to need to calm down, lady. You need to cool off a bit. You got a lot to prove. God damn. Alright. Gale, human wizard. You seem like a typical wizard. Seem a little too sure of yourself, bud.
Well met, stranger. You find yourself in the presence of the renowned wizarding prodigy, Gale of Waterdeep. Please, no need to be intimidated.
Don't worry.
My virtuosic talents once caught the eye of the goddess of magic herself, Mistra, who named me her chosen and her lover. Thanks to a slight miscalculation on my part, that relationship eventually soured, as did the greatest of my powers. Now I'm merely a humble wizard on the road to redemption. Unless I can find the path to something greater.
Okay. I wonder what he did to make her so mad. Now he's a level 1 wizard. Poor guy. We have Shadowheart, High Half Elf Cleric. Aligned with Shar. Interesting. What are you about?
My name is Shadowheart, loyal servant of Shar, goddess of darkness and loss. There is little more I can tell you than that. My Lady Shar tasked me with a mission of such secrecy that I surrendered great swathes of my memory in order to safeguard the knowledge of it. All I know is that I must bring the artifact I hold to Baldur's Gate, and that nothing can stand in my way. My goddess is watching.
Lady, are you not just holding a D20? Am I going crazy? That looks like a D20. I suppose it makes sense that a D20 is an artifact of power in a D&D setting. Okay, Will. Human. Warlock. Seems cool. I think warlocks are cool. From what I read anyway.
"7 years ago, I was exiled from Baldur's Gate, the city I call home. My name is Will, but the people of the Sword Coast call me the Blade of Frontiers, champion of the meek, defender of the innocent. The truth isn't quite so simple, but they're right about one thing. I hunt monsters, and I always catch my prey. My latest target is a devil, and I'm right on her tail. Once I'm through with her, she'll never escape the fires of the first hell."
Okay, bud. Whatever you say, man. Alright. And finally, well, not finally, but the last of the non-customizable characters is Karlach. Level 1 barbarian tiefling. I keep wanting to say tiefling, but I know it's tiefling, I think.
Ago, I was sold to the Archdevil Zariel. She put a hellfire engine in my chest and made me her prize soldier. But I've escaped now. Thank you, mind flayers. And I've got a few scores to settle. If this engine doesn't burn me to ash first, I'll need people I can trust, an infernal mechanic, and a serious amount of luck. But you know what? I'm not worried. After 10 years in the Hells, I can take on anything. I've got my chance at freedom, and believe me, I'm going home.
Okay. I like her. She seems pretty straightforward and to the point. Bit bumbling, maybe? I can see possibilities of being a bit bumbling. And now we have this guy, the Dark Urge. So they start you off as a level 1 sorcerer as the Dark Urge, but you can change this around if you so desire.
My rancid blood whispers to me, kill, kill, and kill again. My ruined body yearns to reap death in this world, And when this foul urge calls, it possesses my whole being. Injured beyond repair. I know nothing besides this. I must resist the dark urge, lest it consume my mind. I must discover who I was and what happened to me before my twitching knife hand writes a tragedy in blood.
Okay, calm down there. Twitching knife hand reminds me of there's this character in Fire Emblem Fates called Odin, and twitching knife hand just reminds me of that guy. Anyway, so yeah, you have a preset background for this character. Haunted One, a wicked moment, person, or thing that cannot be slain by sword or spell, haunts your mind and flickers in your peripheral vision. You carry it wherever your adventure takes you, or perhaps it carries you. You get medicine and intimidation bonuses, I think. So that's pretty cool. So my thought into doing this character creation is... so I was always disappointed that the Dragon Age games didn't have like a hybrid character class that I enjoyed playing. So I was thinking of maybe going a hybrid class, like maybe a paladin or a warlock or an eldritch knight. I think I would have fun with the eldritch knight though. I'm not sure yet. But from what I know and read about eldritch knights, it's that the spells that you get as an eldritch knight aren't too powerful. And mostly you want to grab stuff that'll buff your like armor score and everything and stuff like that, so that you can stay in the front lines for a longer time. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll check all these classes out. But since we already talked about the Haunted One, let's check out the other backgrounds. So here we have the Acolyte, who's spent life in service to a temple, learning sacred rites and providing sacrifices to the god or gods you worship. Serving the gods and discovering their sacred works will guide you to greatness, and you get bonus to insight and religion. Charlatan, you're an expert in manipulation, prone to exaggeration, and more than happy to profit from it. Bending the truth and turning allies against each other will lead to greater success down the road. Deception and sleight of hand bonuses. Okay. This one seems fun. This one seems like you troll. You just troll. You troll everybody and anybody. This is how I play, card games, or any kind of game where like someone can win or lose. I always try to make it so that whoever wants to win loses, regardless of whether or not I win. We have a criminal background here. Breaking the law and survive by leveraging less than legal connections. Profiting from criminal enterprise will lead to greater opportunities in the future. Get bonuses to deception and stealth. That makes sense. The entertainer. Live to sway and subvert your audience, engaging common crowds and high society alike. Preserving art and bringing joy to the hapless and downtrodden heightens your charismatic aura. Okay, cool. This is a typical bard background, probably. Folk hero, champion of the common people, challenging tyrants and monsters to protect the helpless. Saving innocents in imminent danger will make your legend grow. Get animal handling and survival. Animal handling is interesting. Don't know why that would be, but I can't think of anything. Maybe it's like you can... I don't know, actually. Guild artisan. Skill in a particular craft has earned you membership in a mercantile guild, offering privileges and protection while engaging in your art. Repairing and discovering rare crafts will bring you inspiration. Okay. Get insight and persuasion. skills. Very nice. Those are pretty useful in general, I would say. Noble, raised in a family among the social elite, accustomed to power and privilege. Accumulating renown, power, and loyalty will raise your status, and you get skills in history and persuasion. Yeah, that makes sense. Outlander, you grew up in the wilds, learning to survive far from the comforts of civilization. Surviving unusual hazards of the wild will enhance your prowess and understanding. And of course, you get athletics and survival. Sage, curious and well-read, unending thirst for knowledge. Learning about rare lore of the world will inspire to put this knowledge to greater purpose. You get Arcana and History. This makes sense as well. Soldier, trained in the battlefield tactics and combat, having served in militia, mercenary company, or officer corps. Show smart tactics and bravery on the battlefield to enhance your prowess. You get athletics and intimidation. Okay, yeah, sure, makes sense. And then you have the urchin. Surviving a poor and bleak childhood, you know how to make the most out of very little. Using your street smarts bolsters your spirit for the journey ahead. Get sleight of hand and stealth. Both of these make sense as well. These are all pretty cool. So if I were... so I'm just going to say I kind of want to try the Dark Urge character just because as far as I know, there are going to be times when the game rules like a check for the Dark Urge, and if you succeed against that, I don't know if it's an intimidation check or not, but if you do succeed against it, then nothing happens. But if you don't, then you know, you're compelled to do something terrible, whether that involves the death of an NPC or anything else. And so yeah, I think that'll spice things up a bit, or it might just lock me out of a ton of different like content. But you know, that's just, as they say, how the dice rolls. So yeah, I think I'll go with the Dark Urge. And as for the race, I wasn't too sure on what I wanted to go for the races in terms of race. I was thinking I initially wanted to do humans because the Majir brothers are humans, but I thought that might be a little bit boring. But let's go through them. So we have the regular elf with ethereal countenances and long lifespans. They are at home with nature's power, flourishing in light and dark alike. So they get elven weapon training, proficiency with longsword, short sword, short bow, and longbow. Dark vision, which lets you see in the dark up to 12 meters. And Fey ancestry, which gives you an advantage on saving throws against being charmed and can't be put to sleep by magic. Those are pretty useful, I think, as far as I know. And then you have the sub races, High Elf and Wood Elf. High Elf, you get a free cantrip, and for Wood Elves, you can move farther. I think it's farther for distance. And then we have Tiefling, descended from devils of the 9 hells. They face constant suspicion in favorite. Thankfully, their arcane abilities make them natural survivors. Not surprising, they do look demonic. It seems like I think most of the races that aren't short get the same movement, and all the short races get less movement. Yeah, okay. They also have dark vision and fire resistance. And then we have the Asmodeus Tiefling. They come with a free cantrip. Actually, I don't know if this cantrip that they get. Okay, yeah, you can't change out this cantrip. But it's produce flame. which seems pretty cool. You can do damage and light things up and light up the area. That's pretty cool, actually. Anyway, you have the Mephistopheles Tiefling. Gets Mage Hand. I've heard Mage Hand is supposed to be really handy if you're very creative in the tabletop setting, but who knows what it's like in game. And then we have Zerial Tiefling. I keep wanting to say Tiefling, but I think it's Tiefling. That get Thaumaturgy. Gives advantage on intimidation and performance checks. Oh, that seems pretty cool. Alright, and then we have the Edgy Elves, the Drow, who are driven to the Underdark. Most Drow have adopted a ruthless pragmatism, while the Lolth sworn delight in the goddess's evil tenets. The Seldarine reject her attempt to overthrow the leader of the Elven Pantheon. So these guys get Drow weapon training, gives them proficiency in rapier, sword, short sword, and hand crossbow. Superior dark vision, so twice the distance of regular dark vision. And same resistance as the elves. And then here we have the two different sub-races. Doesn't seem like they get anything too different. It's just who they worship, it seems. I don't know if that'll have any impact. We have the humans. Common face in Faerun, known for their tenacity, creativity, and endless capacity for growth. They get civil militia, proficiency with spears, pikes, halberds, and glaives, and armor proficiency with light armor and shields. Oh, proficiency with polearms. That's actually pretty cool. You rarely see polearms in like games these days, it feels. Then you get human versatility, additional skill to be proficient in. Carrying capacity is increased by a quarter. Okay, I think the additional skill is typical. Githyanki, ruthlessness born from Mindflayer enslavement. They ride the astral city atop red dragons, bringing their silver swords and psionic might to bear against any race of the Illithid menace. That's pretty cool, actually. Friends with the red dragons, huh? Those are powerful allies to keep, I think. But, let's see. For actions, they get astral knowledge, proficiency in all skills of a chosen ability. That seems pretty useful. Mage Hand, and Martial Prodigy. Armor proficiency with light and medium armor, as well as proficiency with short, long, and great swords. Wow, that's man. These guys seem pretty good. Then we have the dwarf, of course, durable and unyielding as their homes of stone. Dwarves are some of the finest warriors, miners, and smiths of Faerun. Yep, sounds about right. They get proficiency in battle axe, hand axe, light hammer, and war hammers. Okay, makes sense to me. Dark vision and dwarven resilience. Save advantage on saving throws against poison and resistance to poison damage. That makes sense. That tracks, I feel. Okay, golden dwarves have a subrace feature where hit point maximum is increased by 1 and increases by 1 again every time you gain a level. Oh, wow. Tanky boys. The shield dwarf gets armor proficiency with light and medium armor. Okay. That makes sense, I suppose, being shield dwarves. And Duergar. Duergar? Butchering this. Superior dark vision and resilience. Illusions against being charmed and or paralyzed. Oh, wow. That seems pretty interesting, actually. And we have half-elves. who are curious, ambitious, and versatile. They are welcome everywhere, but struggle without a community to call their own. Oh, it's kind of sad actually. Civil militia, I think this is the same as the human. Dark vision and Fey ancestry, same as the elves. Regular elves, that's not surprising. They also get a cantrip. And then I think the wood elf, this gets the same movement bonus. Then the drow half elf gets dancing lights, which illuminates a 9-meter radius. That's pretty cool. Halflings, hobbits, pretty much. Small yet capable, they prefer the comforts of home and hearth. Their natural luck and dexterity makes them fine adventurers. Let's see. Lucky, when you roll a 1 for an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll. Wow, that's pretty handy. And then you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened. Okay. Lightfoot halflings get advantage on stealth checks, and strong hearts get advantage. Okay, I think this is the same as the dwarves. Yeah. Gnomes, small, clever, and energetic. Gnomes use their long lives to explore Faerun's brightest corners and darkest depths. I wonder if Tasselhoff and the rest of the Kenderfolk are supposed to be gnomes. Anyway. They gain advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. Very cool. Rock gnomes also get dark vision and twice your proficiency bonus on history checks. Oh wow, cool. Forest gnomes speak with animals. Ooh, actually that's pretty interesting. And dark vision. And then deep gnomes, superior dark vision, shouldn't be surprised. And stone camouflage, advantage on stealth checks. And then we have Dragonborn, proud race that values clan and skills above all else. Once enslaved by dragons, they strive to be self-sufficient, not wanting to be beholden to anyone, not even the gods. That would make sense. Oh wow. I think these are all the different types of dragons in the D&D setting, which would make sense if they're the Dragonborn. And I think, let's see, yeah, they all get the corresponding elemental breadth and resistances. So that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty sick, actually. This guy got no horns. What's up with that? Oh, this guy's got dreads. Sick. Alright. Kind of looks like a predator. Then finally we have the half-orc. Creatures of intense emotion. They're more inclined to act than contemplate. Whether the rage burning their bodies compels them to fight, or the love filling their hearts inspires acts of incredible kindness. Oh wow, okay. That last part is rather surprising. So I guess the orc part of the half-orc just makes them more impulsive and emotional, regardless of whether it's rage or goodness. Anyway, dark vision. Relentless endurance. If you reach 0 hit points, you regain 1 hit point instead of becoming downed. Oh, okay, that seems pretty useful. And savage attacks. When you land a crit with a melee weapon, your damage dice are tripled instead of doubled. Oh my, that is... So I guess if you were gonna min-max like a melee warrior, you would probably want to go with a half-orc for sure. Yeah, that seems pretty good. But yeah, I wanted to do like something for the Magier brothers. So I want to go human, but then I was like, I don't want to do a human. And then I was like, a half elf is not really that interesting either. Like Stannis is, or not Stannis, Tanis is a half elf, and he's not the most interesting character of the Dragonlance series, but he is still pretty compelling as a hero. So I was thinking maybe doing half elf. And for cantrips, just change class first. So I think I'm just gonna go with Firebolt. If I want something else or I don't like where this character is going, then I could just respec. I heard that the respecking isn't too bad, and yeah, I heard that respecking is easy, and you can just change your class with the respec, so that's totally fine. Although I don't know if you can change this. We'll see. Yeah. I think I'll just go with Firebolt though. I think that'll be totally fine. Anyway, let's look at the classes. We have Barbarian, strong, embrace the wild that hides inside, keen instincts, primal physicality, and most of all, unbridled, unquenchable rage. They get rage and unarmored defense. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. So they're kind of like, you don't want to wear heavy armor. Interesting. So lightly armored, all in, bash things, enrage. Bard. You know, music is more than a fancy, it is power. Through study and adventure, you've mastered songs, speech, and magic within. Bards are pretty cool, I think. I think they're pretty fun. I think they're pretty cool class. But I don't think I'm going to be taking it. Although I heard bards are really good for hybrid classes as well, if you would like to do a hybrid class. Then we have clerics, representative of the god they worship, wielding potent divine magic for good or ill. So that's the really cool and interesting thing about clerics and paladins, is that they don't have to be like good clerics or good paladins. I always thought that, but no, they don't. They just have to be devoted to the god that they are worshipping, whether it's for good or bad. Then we have a druid who channel elemental forces of nature and share deep kinship with animals. Mastery of wild shape allows them to transform into beasts from all over the realm. This is pretty cool. I think druids are pretty cool. Shape-shifting is always pretty cool, I think. It's a pretty nifty thing to do. Yeah, that's the druid. Fighters have mastered the art of combat, wielding weapons with unmatched skill and wearing armor like a second skin. Can heal ourselves. Okay, that's pretty interesting. This is probably the class I'm going to go for, if I'm being honest. And then we have the monk, channel cosmic enlightenment by deftly dodging and efficiently disassembling your foes through stunning strikes and a whirlwind of martial attacks. Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Another lightly armored go in and wreck things. Then we have the paladin. Fueled by the oath you swore to uphold justice and righteousness, you are a beacon of hope in dark times. Except they have an oath of vengeance. Which is a very interesting oath, I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into like all the subclasses. That's just way too much, I think. Uh, Rangers are unrivaled scouts and trackers, honing a deep connection with nature in order to hunt their favorite prey. Oh, okay. Cool. Then the rogue, stealth, skill, and uncanny reflexes. Rogue's versatility lets them get the upper hand in almost any situation. Yeah, sounds like a typical rogue for sure. Sorcerers are natural spellcasters, drawing on inherent magic from a gift or bloodline. These guys, this is a very interesting way to spellcast, I think. Drawing on latent powers of like around you or from like your bloodline. That's pretty cool. Warlocks are bound by a pact to an all-powerful patron. They traded their loyalty for supernatural abilities and unique magic. These guys are pretty cool, I think, as well. Very interesting class and very interesting way to create a character with an interesting background. I think, at least. And then we have the wizard. Wizards master the arcane by specializing in individual schools of magic, combining ancient spells with modern research. Yep, that's a race one. But yeah, like I said, I think we're gonna go with a fighter. I think fighter or warlock were like my two biggest decisions or choices, but I think I'm gonna go with fighter. Start off simple, and then as I get to know more, maybe I'll switch it around. I don't know, but like I said, respecing in the game is apparently not too hard, so I'm not gonna be too fussed about it. And then fighting style, these are all pretty interesting. I'm not gonna go archery. I was thinking defense, great weapon fighting, or protection. I'm not too interested in doing dual wield, but that can change, who knows. And then dueling, I'm also not all that interested in, but who knows? Who knows? But I do think great weapon fighting is something I'm more interested in. So I think we might go with great weapon fighting. And then for abilities, I don't know, actually. I think this seems okay for now. Why not? And I don't think I get too many interesting things for this. Let me see something. Interesting. I think I might just stick with this for now. If I want to change it, I can again. Maybe do that instead. I don't know. Well, if I'm not happy with it, I can always respec. I keep going back to that. I can just respec if I'm not too happy. about this whole thing, this whole shindig. Mail, I think.
Where to next? Let's hope the locals are friendly. Hells, some be wary.
More. There's magic. Where to next? Let's hope the locals are friendly. Hells.
It's opened. I want
More of those wretched things.
There's magic keeping this chest. Where to next?
Hell, be wary.
It's opened. More of those wretched things. There's magic keeping this chest sealed. Where to next?
Let's hope the hells be wary. It's opened. More of those wretched things. There's magic keeping this chest sealed. Where to next?
Hell, be wary. It's opened. More of those wretched things. There's magic keeping. Where to
Quite like
next?
voice 3. Okay, let's go for voice 3. And I did some before I started this, I did some fiddling around in the character creation. So I kind of know what I want to go for. But I'm also not certain. So I'm just going to go through some of these. Yeah, that seems cool. I don't like that, but like this is the other one I was thinking about, or this one. That one seems like. So maybe this. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm not going to try to make myself. That'd be very difficult to do, I think. Especially because the character creator in this isn't like super in depth. But yeah, let's do that. And there was a hairstyle that I quite enjoyed. Yeah. Let's go with white. So I made the eyes gold and I'm going to make the hair white because Raceland Majir, his hair, that's like his eye color and hair color. And starting fighter because that's Caramon's class as far as I'm aware. At least that's what it seems like it is. Do I do a beard? Should I do a beard? Seems like a bit much. It'd be nice. So the thing is, you can't change the beard color and keep the hair color. You have to change both of them, which I think is kind of silly. So if I were to keep the white hair, I don't know if I want to do a beard here. Yeah, let's go no beard. And that's it. I think that's our guy. I think he looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's go. As for the name, I was deciding between like, I think it was Gale or Gillian, but I think I like Gale a bit more. I don't know. I'm really bad with names. Maybe I'll do Gillian. Let's do Gillian. Oh, I need a guardian. I forgot about this. But I think I do remember what I chose. I was gonna do human, but then I looked at the faces and I wasn't too like, I didn't really like the human faces. So we're gonna go with another half elf, which, yeah, wish I could choose someone different, but I think the half elf faces are some of the best ones. This one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. So It's not. Don't even think about this too much. Don't know how important this is gonna be, but let's see. That seems good. I think I thought this hairstyle looked pretty nice. With this. That seems good. No highlights. Very nice. Facial hair, of course, she's gonna have this. Very beautiful. But I think that's everything, right?
Remarkable.
Right, you only get these two voices. Yeah, I think that does it. That looks good. We'll do that. And yeah, you can change them to be like tall or shorter versions. But I think we'll do this. Not missing anything else, am I? Yeah, okay. Let's go. Sucks for your buddy. What are you up to, Mr. Mind Flayer? What are we doing? Yo, that's a ship. I like how he goes up to ring the tower, bell tower, but then like, how do people not notice that there's this giant Mind Flayer ship flying over their city? Oh, it's the Githyanki with their dragons. Oof. And it must be so cool that you get to just hang out with dragons. Maybe I should have gone with a Githyanki. Oh hey, that's our room. What's that? Oh. I wonder if they're here to get Lae'zel out of there. Because I'm pretty sure that's who it was. That's in the pod with in the room that we're in, right? Well, I mean, that did something. Where are we now? Yo, this looks like hell. That can't be good. Man, that don't look too hot. Blood everywhere.
The blood in your head thrums and pounds. That pounding blood obscures who you are. An overwhelming loss of memory. How you ended up amidst these hellish flames is just as hidden. You have nothing in your skull, besides your name and a headache. But you are in danger.
Okay, let's take a look. I'm not going to read all the choices. Just going to read the one that I choose. So, say your name aloud. You have a part of yourself.
The dark urge. Whatever that is you. You will claw back the truth. But first, you have to claw your way out of here.
All right.
My head.
So yeah, I think that'll do it. This part was just to do some character creation. We'll get started with the game in the next part. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, one more thing before I go. Let's get that tutorial out of here. I changed something in the options. So the camera rotate button is a default. Binding is the middle mouse. But I find if you have any buttons, any extra buttons on your mouse, like on the side, I would recommend doing the camera rotate on that one instead of the middle mouse button, since you're going to be wanting, I mean, you move around with the left click, right? But for me personally, it's kind of hard for me to
Must be on my way.
do the left click while moving the camera. So I'd put it on a side button because I feel like that's much easier for me and my hand and my fingers. So yeah, if you guys have, or if you guys are playing on keyboard and mouse and think that the left or the middle mouse is awkward for moving the camera, try binding it to a different button on the mouse. Like a side button that isn't being used. But yeah, other than that, we are done for this part. Hope you guys enjoyed the character creation. I hope I explained why I chose what I did well enough. The reasons might not be too deep, but they're there. And yeah, let's get exploring this Mind Flayer ship in the next part. See you all there. Bye.